Good Monday morning, Greg.
Another Monday, Jason.
I know.
Did you have a good weekend?
It was alright.
No, I was asking them.
Oh. Well, coming up on today's episode, Greg, I've got a little game for you called...
They haven't answered yet, Jason.
I've got a little game for you, Greg, called What the Duck.
Jason?
Yeah?
What the duck is What the Duck?
Well, Greg, if you watched CBBC from 1988 to the early 90s, you will remember this chap.
Hello, Ed.
Cue the lawsuit.
Ed the Duck?
Ed the Duck, Greg. Well, you may remember that Ed the Duck was in all the Broom cupboard continuity with the presenters, and he also had a couple of his own little programmes and even had a record out, didn't he, Greg?
He did, we've got the record in here somewhere.
We have spoken about that before.
Yeah.
It wasn't very good, Ed, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Look what you've done to him, Greg.
Jason, he's off his head.
Well, anyway, Greg, in this game, What the Duck, I've taken some clips of Ed the Duck from CBBC and I'm going to play them in, and you've got to tell me what the duck Ed said.
That is genius, Jason. I am not.
Right, Greg, this is What the Duck, and here is the first clip of Ed the Duck. Remembering, your job here is to translate what Ed the Duck says.
Okay.
I'm going to play you 5 of them.
5 ducks?
And if you get all 5 correct, Greg, which I don't think you will, you are going to win this Thundercats Cup.
Ducking hell. Really?
Thunder, yeah, to go with your Ed the Duck Cup.
That's great.
So here we go, Greg. Clip number 1 of Ed the Duck. What is Ed saying here?
Well, I suppose I could put you in a small cage. I suppose the children would think... What?
So, Greg, what the duck did Ed say there?
How the duck am I supposed to know
Well,
that?
think about it, Greg. He was at Twycross Zoo with Bill Oddie, and he wanted a job. So what do you think Ed said to Bill Oddie there?
Can I have a job, please, Bill?
No, I'll give you another go. What kind of job would he want? At a zoo.
Working with ducks?
What did Ed say, Greg?
Can I work with ducks in your zoo, please?
Let's have a look, shall we?
Well, I suppose I could put you in a small cage. I suppose the children would think... What? You want to be a zookeeper?
Surely I should get a point for that.
No.
Jason, he said, I want to be a zookeeper.
Yeah, he didn't say I want to be a duck worker, did he?
I didn't say duck worker.
What did you say?
Are you ducking deaf? I said he wants to work in the zoo with ducks. And there's obviously going to be ducks in the zoo, isn't there? And I said he wants to work in the zoo.
Yeah, but Ed said, I want to be a zookeeper.
Surely give me half then.
Greg, for the benefit of the viewers who all love you, I'm going to give you a point.
You mean
that.
Mum and Dad and the missus?
Yeah. There's a point for that.
Oh, and your family, they love me, don't they?
Do you want the next clip, Greg?
Yeah, let's. I quite like this.
Here we go.
No, giraffes is what they are. Giraffes, okay? Now, what do you think a giraffe eats?
And what do you think Ed the Duck thinks a giraffe eats, Greg?
It sounded like something like candy. It did sound like, didn't it?
I think it is definitely a 2-syllable word, Greg. You're correct. 2 syllables. Give us a clue. Give us a clue. What are you going for, Greg? What do you think?
Well, yeah, but it's 2 syllables. I don't know what he's saying. I mean, tree leaves.
2 syllables, not 2 words.
Yeah, but he went, tree leaves.
Do you want to have a look?
Yeah.
Now, what do you think a giraffe eats? Pizza? Don't be ridiculous. Now, they're...
Pizza, Greg.
Ducking pizza. I mean, you'd never have got that, would you?
Giraffe, with his 21-inch tongue, which if you saw Friday's episode, you'll know is a fun fact, eats pizza. That's what Ed the Duck thinks they eat. You got that one wrong, Greg.
So, I've got half of the first one.
No, I gave you a whole point for the first
Did you?
one. Yeah.
Oh, that's all right then. I can afford to lose that one then. Okay, next.
Here we go, next clip.
Must ask, why are you wearing a spacesuit?
So, Greg, why is Ed wearing a spacesuit?
Isn't it obvious what he said, Jason? I'm sure everyone's got that one.
What is it?
He said, because I'm going into space on this plane.
Is that what you think, Greg?
Yeah.
Let's have a look, shall we?
Okay.
Must ask, why are you wearing a spacesuit? Going up in a rocket? Does this look like a rocket?
What he actually said was, Greg, I'm going up in a rocket. But, to be fair, I don't think you were too far off there. I think I'm going to have to give you that one.
1 duck point. Yes. Next.
Next clip, here we go.
Tell me some more. What will they grow into? Do you know that? What would they look like?
So, Greg, Ed there is meeting some ducklings, some real ducklings with Bill Oddie at Twycross Zoo, and Bill Oddie obviously just asked him a question about what the ducks will grow up like, and Ed answered. What was his answer,
I'm
Greg?
actually still crying from that, Jason. That's hilarious. You want me to answer that?
Yeah.
Right, I think he's saying... What's the question again? What was it? No,
What will they grow up like?
Right, I think he's saying, I hope they'll grow up like me one day. Very intelligent.
You think that's the answer, do you, Greg?
Nope.
We're going for it, are we?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Tell me some more. What will they grow into? Do you know that? What would they look like? So when they're about 6 or 7 weeks, they'll start growing little green tufts and get a Mohican. Don't be ridiculous. You know...
What?
Come on. Now, considering he's talking his own ducking language there, I think I've done all right there.
What he actually said was, when what he just said on
Yeah,
there.
what he said.
What did you say?
I said he wants to grow up like me, which is very intelligent.
Greg, I think I'm going to have to give you the point for that.
Yes. Do you know this game's going to sweep the nation?
Isn't it just? We've got one more clip.
Oh, go on then.
Are you ready for this?
Roll the duck.
Here we go.
But are there any older screaming fans? That's what we want to know, isn't it?
So for the final clip there, Greg, we had to have one in the broom cupboard, didn't we? And what's happening there is Andy Peters is showing Ed the Duck some of his oldest fans. So he's showing him some pictures of older people who like him.
Right.
And Andy Peters said, but can there be any older fans? And what did Ed the Duck answer?
My swan mother, grandmother.
Bearing in mind that the last one that they looked at, the picture of, it was of a 96-year-old. And Andy Peters said, could there be any older fans than that?
And he's saying, I don't... Help me out, Jason.
I've tried to help you out as much as I can there, Greg. Gonna have to push you for an answer.
Alright, he's saying that there could be one that's maybe 100.
Is that your final answer, Greg?
Yeah.
Alright, let's have a look.
But are there any older screaming fans? That's what we want to know, isn't it? You don't think there can be? Somebody might be 100.
That was wrong, wasn't it, Greg?
Yeah. I admit I got that completely wrong, didn't I?
You did, yeah. He actually said, I don't think there could be.
And I said swan mother, and then I said there could be someone who's 100.
Do you think that
Do
Andy
you not get that?
Peters...
Swan mother, grandmother. Just no.
He's a duck. Do you think that Andy Peters and the other people who were involved had to go to training to understand Ed the Duck?
I think so. It's quite hard, this, isn't it?
Yeah. I've got to say, Greg, that is one of my favourite games we've ever played.
And the worst of it is, Jason, you've given me no credit for that because I came up with that game about 6 months ago.
That was Greg's idea.
Yeah, and he
What
didn't,
the Duck.
He didn't like it at first, did you, Jason? But I think I've won him over.
He doesn't have ideas very often, but that was a good one. Well done, Greg. Greg, I'd like to ask
Da,
you...
da, da, da! Oh, I've been rehearsing all week for this one, Jason. Sorry to cut you off there, because I know you want to crack on. Why did the chicken cross the playground, Jason?
I don't know, Greg. Why did the chicken cross the playground?
To get to the other slide.
Right, Greg, before we go this week...
Slide.
Yeah, I get it. Before we go,
Because it's usually the side, isn't it, Jason?
I'd like to ask you and our viewers a question. Do you remember the Poddington Peas, Greg?
Down at the bottom of the garden.
Amongst the birds and the bees, there's a lot of little people. They're called the Poddington Peas.
You always have to go too far, don't you, with the singing?
Do you remember it?
Yeah, loved it.
Fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's one of those almost forgotten 80s cartoons, isn't it? that people don't remember until you play them the theme tune. And
Theme
then they
tune
go-
always wins it, doesn't it?
In fact, shall I play a little bit of the theme tune?
A little bit of theme
A
tune.
little bit of the
It's
theme
a bit early for you to start, isn't it, Jason? Yeah,
Well,
go on.
you know.
Oh, thank you. Go on, play it, Jason. Play it.
Down at the bottom of the garden, among the birds and the bees, a little lot of little people they call the Poddington Peas. There's creepy black-eyed pea and lovely. Keep it a secret now, please. There's zippy, happy, and there's sweet pea, and all the Poddington Peas, the Poddington Peas.
Do you know it was aired in 1989 on CBBC?
89.
Only one series. Guess how many episodes?
6.
13.
Oh.
13 episodes, Greg.
How can there be so less?
I know.
Is that a word?
So few.
That's the one, yeah, thanks.
And yet it still lives in our consciousness, Greg, doesn't it?
Oh, you have to go one step further, don't you? Consciousness.
I'm going to read a little bit about it here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was created by Paul Needs and Colin Wyatt. And the theme song, as we've just heard, describes the bottom of the garden. Doesn't it, Greg? And the characters. Remember, it says in the theme tune there's Creepy, Black Eye, and there's Bumpy. There's characters there. Black Eyed Pea, long before Will.i.am and his crew.
See what you did
See
there,
what I did
Jason.
there.
Very good.
Black Eyed Pea was Mischievous Pea with a black eye patch. Remember him? Bumpy was the clumsy pea covered in bumps. Creepy was the creepy looking mischievous pea with a long pointy nose.
So basically, it's a cross between the Seven Dwarfs and Mr. Men, really, isn't it?
Sounds a bit like it, doesn't
Yeah.
it? But I do fondly remember the Poddington Peas, Greg, as do a lot of our viewers, I think. That's it for another episode of Tea and Toast, Greg.
Did you enjoy Ed the Duck?
I did. It
What
was a
the
very
Duck?
good game, Greg. What the Duck, I loved it.
Well, I think we should do future ones, Jason, like What the Gopher, Gordon's Alive, things like that.
Gordon's alive?
Yeah, Gordon the Gopher. What did he say?
Who knows?
Exactly.
Maybe that could be another episode,
We
Greg,
could do that
in
one.
the future.
In the future, Jason.
In the meantime, we'll see you again on the next episode of Tea and Toast.
Have a good week.